sure that we're still looking for Kimberly Flint. This is the 1 year anniversary when she went missing. We've exhaustively done an investigation on this case. Um, Things that we know about this case is the day she came up missing, we know she was at her home. She spoke to her husband on the landline telephone around 3:05 p.m. that day. Around 4 o'clock that afternoon, we get a call here at the Sheriff's Department of a wrecked vehicle on US Highway 84 there at the Mud Creek Bridge, or the Angelina River Bridge. We then, DPS worked the accident that day. Around several hours later, Miss Flint was driving the vehicle. Her husband and son report her as missing. We had deputies and supervisors go to the scene. By that time, it's dark. They did a cursory search that night trying to locate her. The next morning when I came to work, I was assigned the case. I immediately drove to that area, spoke with the husband, and I started coordinating through the Sheriff's Department to get a search team together so we could go out there and do a thorough search. We had dogs come out. We had multiple agencies assisting us. We did a thorough search of the area around the bridge. We were unable to locate her. I continued the investigation. I did get with the Highway Patrol, Texas Department of Public Safety Highway Patrol. They provided me with crash data because on that vehicle there's a black box that records data involving an accident. The data that I received from the Highway Patrol indicated that at the time of the crash, the vehicle was traveling approximately 83 miles per hour, traveling in a straight line, that the accelerator was fully depressed. 0.06 seconds prior to the impact, there was a hard 45-degree turn into the concrete bridge to the right because she was traveling towards Reclaw, which would have been traveling west. We know that the impact was a very glancing blow. The vehicle continued to slide down the side of the bridge. The airbag was not deployed. The black box also indicated to us that there were no seat belts that had been engaged in the vehicle. And the passenger seat, the indicator for the airbag was not on, which meant no one was in the passenger seat of the vehicle. The airbags were not deployed. We found no signs of blood or anything like that in the vehicle once we did our processing of said vehicle. After the impact, you could see on the black box that the accelerator, the foot came off the accelerator, but after the impact, there was an immediate stomping of the gas pedal, fully depressed. The vehicle did travel another approximately 300 yards uphill. So that's telling me that someone's continuing to try to drive this vehicle. The wheel did fold up under the vehicle, finally causing it to come to a stop. At that point in time, we just don't know where Miss Flint went. We don't know where she's at. She vanished. The next day when we had search teams out there, I did stand at the bridge around 4 o'clock, and I started counting cars because I wanted to know the volume of traffic on that bridge around that time of day. I stood there and for 5 minutes counted 27 cars that came by, which is roughly a car every 11 seconds. During the course of the investigation, we have followed leads. I know we've previously released that we did have a person that drove through there and saw the car. We used a forensic hypnotist through the Texas Rangers who came down and hypnotized this individual. We were able to get from him that it was a white dually that had been parked there at the scene when he drove by, that there was a white sticker on the back glass that it was of a clover. I do believe that may have been a sticker associated with a 4-H club. I did contact someone that I know in 4-H that did manufacture stickers similar to that. He told me that he had handed out hundreds of them and that he would keep his eye out for any vehicle that matched that description displaying one of his stickers. He's never seen one and never got back with me telling me he was able to identify the truck. If someone out there listening today was driving that truck, you're not in trouble. We simply would like to talk to you to see what you saw that day.
Can you describe the area where Mrs. Flint went missing? You were describing the trees and everything that you can't get through because of the geography of the location.
Yes, that area there, it's going to be on US Highway 84, and it's going to be east of Reclaw, Texas, and it's going to be the Angelina River Bridge. If you go south from that bridge, you have mile upon mile of heavily, densely forested area that's very low lying. When the river's up, a lot of that area is flooded. So if in fact she did go south and got into that area there, it would be difficult to find her. We have twice had cadaver dogs out there. We have thoroughly searched that area. We have never been able to find any remains out there.
You mentioned with the dogs, how many times have you gone out, but how many other kinds of search parties have you had go out in the last year?
We official search parties through the sheriff's department, we have so far done 3.
What have you, what kind of information or what kind of hypothesis have you gotten from Miss Flint's family? What do they think happened?
I really think you might want to talk to the Flints about that. This is their loved one. I understand that they are concerned. I really couldn't answer that. They do believe, I think, that maybe something untoward's happened to her. I have no evidence that points me in that direction at this time. If I ever get any evidence that points that way, then we will follow that evidence.
What about the state of the vehicle? You were talking about you don't think there was foul play, there's no blood, stuff like that. Whenever you actually got to look at her vehicle?
Yeah, when we processed the vehicle after it was towed to the record lot, we had it brought down here. The day after the wreck, it was thoroughly photographed, inside and out. We have been able to find no evidence of any blood inside the vehicle, anything like that. Yeah, in the vehicle, her glasses were found. They were in the passenger floorboard. That was indicative of when you have a wreck that's at an angle. It would have thrown her forward and to the right towards the passenger seat, and she could have lost her glasses due to that impact.
Unless you don't have anything else to say about Mrs. Flint, this is kind of a leeway into just missing persons in general in Rusk County. Would you like to say anything about that?
No, I'm the case agent on Miss Flint. I don't want to speak to any of the others. I'll leave that to the sheriff.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, and if you could just introduce yourself since we are live streaming.
My name is Jeff Price. I'm Rusk County Sheriff.
Awesome. So what would you like to say about the missing persons cases in this county?
All the missing person cases we have right now, all of them are still active. They're still open. We're still looking for leads on any of these. I mean, we've obviously got Miss Flint. We've got Miss Childress that's missing. We've got Miss Hunt that's still missing. Mr. Blaylock, Mr. Tidwell, Mr. Soto. We've still got several people that are missing that are still open active cases. Some of these cases are 15, 18 years old now. But we're still working the cases. We still go back and review them periodically, trying to see if there's something that we missed, trying to revisit them, trying to see if we can develop new leads on them. I mean, we're still actively looking for these people.
So it seems like some of these people have just kind of vanished without a trace. I mean, how do you handle a case like that?
You follow the evidence as far as it'll take you. You start trying to develop new leads. You start interviewing anybody you can find. You just run everything that you can until it comes to a dead end. And then you start looking for new leads. You start trying to get the public more involved. That's one reason that we're doing this today with Mrs. Flint, is going back and revisiting it since it's been a year. Hopefully somebody will be watching this tonight that something will click with them. And they'll call us and say, hey, you know, on that day, I think I remember this. And that may be the one piece of the puzzle we need to be able to figure out what happened.
So do you still have family members of these people who've been missing 15, 18 years still contacting you guys?
We stay in contact constantly with these family members. And every year when it comes time for that anniversary date to come around, we always contact the family members. Have y'all heard anything new? Would y'all like us to try to do something on the media, on Facebook and stuff, to keep it out there, keep it in people's minds? A lot of the families do. A lot of the families say, you know what, we just want to just let it go. So we stay in constant contact with these families.
When it comes to being 15, 18 years old that someone's missing, how often do you, I guess with any of these cases, have you gotten any new leads?
Some of these cases we haven't had leads on in years. Some of them will get a little tidbit here that we try to follow up on. A lot of times it leads to nothing, but you've got to follow every breadcrumb, every trail, because you never know which one's going to be the right one.
So in a group of you've got what, 6 or 7 people that you just listed that are missing in the county?
There's 6 right now.
6. So if you had a ballpark percentage of those people that might be missing and there's foul play suspected, what percentage would you guess?
We really don't know, because we don't have the evidence to show. All we know is that they were here and now they're gone, but we don't have any evidence to show foul play, anything where we think that something heinous happened to them. They're just, nobody knows where they're at. They can't be found. Some of them we believe that there may have been some foul play involved, but that's just an assumption on our part. We don't have any physical evidence or any way to back up that assumption.
For anyone who may be watching who may have a tip, who should they reach out to? How should they contact?
Just contact the Russell County Sheriff's Office if you have any information on any of these. I mean, we've got multiple counties. All the other counties around us have all got open missing person case, multiple open missing persons cases. So if you have any information on any missing person, please contact your local authorities, let them know. They can check and figure out who's the investigating agency, and they can get that information to them.
How about if someone like the dually that possibly stopped at Mrs. Flint's vehicle, how important is it for people to just kind of reach out to you guys, whether they know something happened or not?
If they think they've seen that vehicle or something, please get us a license plate number. Tell us where you saw it. If you could tell us whether it's male or female, white, black, Hispanic, any information you can give us as far as who was driving it or anything of that nature. We're looking for the vehicle as a witness, not as a suspect, not as them being in any kind of trouble. We just think they may have some information that we need, and we just need that information is all.
Would you like to add anything else that we're forgetting to ask?
Just, visit with people. Anybody that's got any information, please come forward with it on any of these cases or on any of the missing person cases anywhere in the East Texas area, because we've got multiple people missing from all over East Texas. So, be aware, and if you have any information, please pass it on.